Again, no game plan here from either of these teams, it feels like.
Just
I
kind
mean,
of
yeah,
picking
you've got the
comfort stuff.
yeah, you've got, like, the arrow set up with the OD Astral Imprisonment, and, Rubik is a decent candidate at OD, Ogre Magic goes decent with the Templar Assassin, with the Bloodlust, but, uh, both of these drafts, lack much of an impact at this point. Byzantine Raiders has a ton of reserve time left, though. They've only just started to go into it, so they can buy their time and, think about this one a bit. Mars would be an incredible pickup for either team here, but of course it was banned out by Felt in that last round. So maybe somebody a little bit tanky standing in front of a lot of these heroes here on Felt, run up, hold down the OD or something with a little bit heavier disable.
Yeah.
I don't know, hard to say.
It is because you have Rubik Ogre, right? So this is your support duo. So you need something in the form of like a good initiation or catch from, I think, the off lane here, right? Sand King wouldn't be bad. Um, Pairs pretty well with
Ooh.
Rubik. Generally, just a strong hero. Trying to think other offlaners right now. We've seen Silencer actually pop up into the mix a little bit from the offlane, have we not?
That wouldn't be bad here, but you'd still lack a frontliner. That's my only issue with it. So you need some sort of frontliner. You need someone, a big beefy boy, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they do take that. They grab an Underlord. I wouldn't have hated a Slardar here. Pair that with the Templar Assassins, go for that minus armor strat. Sits in front decently, able to burn people down in the trees pretty easily as well. But Underlord is pretty good, holding people in place with that. God,
Pit of
Pit of
Malice?
Malice. Yeah, that's the one.
Sometimes, it's fine, it's fine.
The big Rudy circle
The
thing.
big circle of like green doom. Yes.
Yeah, speaking of big circle of green doom, PL's not very good against it, but it is good against the Templar Assassin.
It is. It
So,
is true.
so,
It is
so it's
quite good.
interesting.
It's actually
Interesting.
not bad against Underlord. It's really not. It's not the worst because like Doppelganger has such a short cooldown, and like if you get caught, it's not the worst thing in the world. You can definitely get out of the pit for sure. Right now, I think this PL pick is just too strong. They have to come up with a solid counter here in the last phase. Like Leshrac wouldn't be bad, but it is not something you want to take into the safe lane. So I'm curious, like what safe lane options they have here to try and counter out this PL.
Well, they've got the decent start to it. The Underlord, the pit, holding the PL in place for X period of time. As soon as he if he doppelgangers, or he tries to doppelganger, everybody's held in place for a pretty long time. If you get a rod of Atos, they're held in place for even longer. It definitely creates some issues there. Uh, you're thinking about like who's going to be able to play into this Phantom Lancer in the late game though, because right now, if it does end up going to like I don't know, even 30 minutes, they start to lack a solution, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I think we're on the same page. The Troll Warlord band's actually pretty good. It does deal decently with the Phantom Lancer. Not sure how I feel about the Juggernaut, though. That's not really a hero I think of all that often as a Phantom Lancer counter. When I think of heroes Phantom Lancer absolutely dominates, Juggernaut is usually one of them.
Yeah. Uh, good. I mean,
The old counter, right, was Lifestealer, but that hero has just vanished from the meta. And based on the picks right now, they still have their off lane for Felt, which they will have to pick next. But yeah, this is a great PL response from Felt here.
Yeah. There would be Ricky, but he's banned out.
Hey, do you know what we haven't even discussed yet?
Sven?
No. The fact that Justice gets to play Grimstroke once again.
Ooh.
The one of the MVPs of Felt's previous series, getting Grimstroke all 3 games and just absolutely owning on the hero. So I am very excited that we get to watch Justice once again on the Grimstroke. Okay, they take the axe. This is a Zor classic. I mean, we talked about this one as well. It's not a hero that's picked very often, but Zor loves it, and we'll probably see it pop up on Felt's drafts here and there.
Ricky, you say you don't play Dota, but your knowledge of all of these players from casting CSL is absolutely incredible.
Dude, I don't know, man. I cast what? I did like over 1,000 hours of casting last year in just North America, so it's a lot of Dota.
There it is. Natural Battle Fury carrier. They pick up the Ursa last is, a late game carrier to play against this PL. It also is pretty decent against the Axe in the lane. That's what it's got to be. The Ursa was just the hero to pick.
It really is. This is a great Ursa game for sure. The question mark is, can it deal with the Astral and the Soul Binds from Grimstroke? Because it is very susceptible to being kited, and if I'm not mistaken, Soulbind, you can't reduce with the Enrage, right? If it latches to you, you're just going to be soulbound for a long duration. I guess if you like preemptively Enrage it, possibly, but I don't know if it is reduced after the fact, so we'll have to see. But Zorax probably going to have a difficult lane, to say the least, now, because of that Ursa and, Ogre. That's a pretty strong lane.
Yeah. It could be running down him for sure. I'm curious to what Zor's solution to this one is going to be, because normally you just want to play in people's faces the Axe, but Ursa is one of the one heroes that you can't do that against. So either leaving your lane to go to the jungle pretty early and just letting Thena throw arrows out in the creep wave to try and find what farm he can. Speaking of Thena, she's actually got the anime set for the Mirana. I like this one.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
That's something I have to touch on. The odds of getting that one were incredibly low, by the way.
I think a lot of people just bought it. I think most people were just like, screw it. I'm just going to buy this set because it's so good. It's amazing. One of the sets I wish I had. There's a lot of sets I wish I had, but it's hard for me to justify the hundreds of dollars that I already spend on this game to then also spend hundreds of dollars more on cosmetics.
Prepare yourselves.
Just enjoy yourself, man.
Yeah, I will.
Don't worry about the money.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. It'll come and go. Mostly go, though, at that rate.
It's an investment. Just think about your wealth will appreciate when you buy these sets.
So
I still have that giant Mirana statue I was talking about in that other room. I haven't assembled it yet.
Oh, really? Oh, I forgot you picked that one up.
Yeah.
That thing's nice. I've got all the Weta collectibles sitting downstairs. I've got my Vanguard, Butterfly, and Demon Edge just hanging on my wall. It's a nice TV room. Yeah, it's all Dota themed. Bottom lane Murderer. I love this ward. We talked about this last time we were casting together, is how great this ward is. And I think it's been felt that's played it in a few different games. Looks like both teams play almost identical ward spots in the safe lane.
Sorry about that. Looks like they're just hugging the high ground up here. They don't really want to fight here on Felt. So Justice sitting in at the top to prevent any potential smoke gate. Same with Thena's positioning right there.
Yeah, I mean, Battle Hunger into Arrow is a real threat. This is one of the things that is pretty strong about this off lane, is the Axe Mirana combo. You always have kill threat with. So even if Axe is having a bad lane, if Ursa gets pulled out of position, just one time, he might go down. So same with the support, right? Ogre as well. I mean, not nearly as strong as he used to be in the lane stage, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Tay versus AMB mid lane. Should be an interesting series. The OD versus TA. Now, this used to be a massively TA favored lane, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't think it is anymore.
No. Well, I would say that it's not really any. I wouldn't say that TA is probably a little bit better at handling this lane than it used to be, just due to the fact that you can't do the AoE damage anymore. I mean, people play a little bit better with the Astral Imprisonment and the Arcane Orb, but I definitely think it's easier for TA to get CS in this lane now more than ever. Okay,
that's fair. I think so. I think the way I'm looking at it is I'm just prioritizing something differently, because I think about OD's ability to not get CS just because refraction denies, and then also the Astral having such tiny cast range. So I guess it's just a completely different lane than it used to be.
I mean, at the start of the laning phase, you'd be able to get that Astral Imprisonment off regardless. The difference is now it's not doing the AoE damage, and you're only keeping them imprisoned for 1.75 seconds at the early level.
Oh, yeah. It used to be, the full duration?
Yeah.
That's a good
For the
point.
full
Yeah,
4 seconds.
I like it. I like it. Bottom lane Zord doing all right. Pretty much tied with the Ursa. We haven't really looked at the safe lane though. For Felt here, as they've got the Phantom Lancer versus Frugros on his Rubik, and Cube going to be playing the Underlord. One of my favorite offlaners, also from CSL, played
Cube?
for University of Waterloo.
That's over in Canada.
That is,
Ontario,
he's
I
a
believe.
Canadian, eh?
My sister actually went to that school for a little while.
Ours.
He's quite
Believe
good.
it or not. Is it Cube or Cube?
It's Cube.
I'm really not. Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone calls him Cube, but you probably interviewed
It's
the guy.
definitely
before
not
too,
Cube. It's definitely just Cube.
Alright.
Because
I've been calling him Cube for years.
it's supposed to be Cube, but like spelled Queue, essentially Q, right? You know, like something is in a queue, right? But
Yeah.
then it's Cube. Yeah, it's Cube for sure.
Your grave.
It's an actually pretty creative name. I'm a big fan of it. I actually called him Cube for the longest time because I thought that was supposed to be, and then someone corrected me.
Speaking of Cube, have you ever watched the movie Cube?
I don't know what that is.
It's a film, cinema. Big cinema guy here.
Me too. I've watched lots of old noirs, but I have not. I'm not one of the people that watches a lot of classics. Like for instance, Fight
It's
Club.
not a class.
Still never
They're
seen.
just- Are you serious?
Yeah, I've never seen Fight Club.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's just focus on the donuts and don't get angry.
Neph's gonna GG out, guys. Careful. Cube in the top lane. Doing pretty good against the PL. This is one of the better lane heroes against the Phantom Lancer. You just have so much magical cleave. Pretty much makes it so that his Phantoms don't do much of anything. And then, of course, the minus damage reduction that you have just from Atrophiora makes it a lot more difficult for him to CS and harass out the Underlord.
Yeah, speaking of harass out, Comfort just got harassed out there by the goddamn Hellbear Smasher. Clapped him there, winning the Inkswell on him, so he wasn't able to run to the Underlord and do any harass.
Yeah, I saw that too.
That was embarrassing.
Zor almost baited light shader. Well, I almost had saber. I kind of want it to be lightsaber, honestly, but almost baits light shader bottom lane into an arrow, but smart enough to dodge that one out. And Ursa just rushes the Ring of Health to deal with the constant harassment of this battle hunger.
I mean, a lot of the time you're going to be able to just either walk down there or like kill these creeps pretty easily, run down the axe, but him going boots of speed first and you know the extra movement speed you have on the axe.
That arrow was so nice.
Yeah. A beautiful save there for sure.
Does he have
But yeah,
Sal?
the extra,
Yeah, he does.
even with that Bloodlust on them, the extra movement speed you have on an axe these days, there's a boots of speed, the movement speed exchange by the 12%. It makes it very easy to walk away from this Ursa.
Oh, nice attempt though, but just out of range. They've got this Inkswell into Phantom Rush, but level 1 Phantom Rush is a pretty small rush range. So it doesn't end up setting it up there. They wanted to close the gap onto the Rubik and try and secure that rune. Frugos is going to grab it anyway. This guy's too smart. That's why he plays Rubik.
Is it Frugos or Frogos?
I mean, based on the English language, it would be Frugos, right?
I think so.
Frogos, it would make no sense to me. I'm assuming it's Frugos. I'll have to ask him. I'm sure Twitch chat will correct me in a moment.
We could always interview him. It's one thing I didn't set up ahead of time this time around. I can shoot the players a message in the lobby. We actually don't have any interviewers selected for the winners. Top lane though?
Top lane? Yeah, getting really low on the PL, but so is Cube. Nice telekinesis back. He's speaking of the Frugos, man. He grabs first blood in the lane. There you go. Bottom Ogre falling low as well. A couple auto attacks from Thana. Is he gonna be able to close it out? He does. Zor on the run. Gonna get killed right next to that hard camp, and Ursa versus Axe. Always gonna favor that Ursa. Some big kills around the map. And shout out to Jerry, dude. That guy caught them all.
My God, did he ever catch them all? Looks like OD was trying to run down there and provide something that last team fight. Unfortunately, just couldn't make it in time, even with that haste. Oh. Well, we talking about earlier this mid lane matchup, OD against this Templar Assassin. What are you thinking now? Net worth disfavoring the OD just a little bit due to what I think like early bounty runes and the fact that Templar Assassin, well, she does have the CS advantage. A lot of this is just neutral creeps.
Yeah, you also just typically spend more on TA as far as regen. OD doesn't ever have to buy mana regen, and now you just rush this ring of health, so you then pretty much never have to buy health regen either. So net worth wise, it kind of makes sense it's as close as it is, but TA will eventually pull ahead here very quickly. I mean, that's what AMB does on this hero.
Yep. Anyways, bottom, I wanted to touch on that very briefly. It's surprising to see the Ursa just walk into the jungle all of a sudden here.
He's afraid of the axe into arrow, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, if he gets out of position once, you get called into arrow, he's definitely dead, and then his game is super hamstringed.
Yeah. Excellent use of the word hamstring, by the way.
Yeah, you like that?
Yep.
I played WoW, so, you know.
Don't mean to brag or anything, but
yeah, I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah. No, I think it's just easier for him to CS inside the jungle at this point. The axe and the Miranda would be able to contest his farm quite a bit. So let Ogre sit there by himself for a while, get himself his early level 6, maybe move around the map and start to harass people with Ignite and multicast.
Double damage.
I like this OD 7-minute Meteor Hammer. Just gonna turn this right into a kill onto Frugos there. Tay ends up grabbing it with that Meteor Hammer tick. And, you know, we said the TA is gonna start catapulting in net worth, but I guess if you have a 7-minute Meteor Hammer, no other items, you farm pretty fast on this hero, don't you?
You do. It is absolutely ridiculous how fast this hero farms now. It's definitely somebody who needs a nerf. I mean, not even boots his speed and Meteor Hammer, speaking of, is just dead.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great rotation. You need to find this kill 100%, and this is going to slow down Cube's game so much.
Well, Cube isn't having the best time to begin with. I mean, 46 and 16 is all right, but he's not. I don't know.
He's not keeping up with Zor.
Yeah,
like Zor's got about a half level of experience more. He is ahead in net worth on the Underlord, but it's so close, right? These top four or five heroes are all within a few hundred.
And in my opinion, Axe, if he manages to find the same net worth, he's going to be a lot more useful than the Underlord. I mean, that blink call is absolutely ridiculous. It is one of the best disables in the game. Goes through BKB on 3.2 seconds at level 4.
And they have follow-up. Is the thing, right? They have lots of follow-up between the form of, you know, Grimstroke, Soulbind, the Arrow. You have OD, of course. You can set up Astrals into Meteor Hammers or just even Meteor Hammer on top of the axe. Nice smoke. Oh my gosh, the ward. It spotted Cube top. They're just going to go in for it, or are they going for the runes? It is a 10-minute rune rotation. Tay doesn't get scouted, and they don't actually have vision of this.
Tower is under attack.
They do see the Ogre on the top, but they're just sitting here. They will see Rubik for a moment. Rubik ends up popping some dust, but no engagements at the end of the day.
We'll see if AMB pops the first trap.
Oh, he will turn around on a Justice, but there's going to be the Astral into that Meteor Hammer and an arrow to follow. They got to burn through those refraction charges, and he's got so much damage on the side of this TA, the Haste Rune as well. He's just going to take down 2. They'd extend way too far on the side of Felt.
Oh, there was a pretty clean Templar Assassin side blades there. Ends up cleaving down that Grimstroke there, and just nothing that they're able to do. So a failed smoke and Marana ult use there in the top lane.
Yeah, it looked like they were smoking up for Underlord and then beeline onto the triangle there instead. And now Byzantine Raiders, they've got a 2k gold lead. They just got 2 really big kills, and they're starting to open up the map, and they will out farm you in this game.
Well, speaking of out farming, Templar Assassin had finally pulled ahead of this OD. That's the 400 gold above him, thanks to those 2 kills there. I'm a bit surprised the Templar Assassin didn't end up just dying there. Ended up burning the refraction charges, but just forced to turn around.
Yeah, I mean, Meteor Hammer does large instances of damage per second, and then obviously doesn't have a lot of damage coming out from Arcane Orb, so they didn't really have any way of burning through those refractions very quickly. You're going to need the Phantom Lancer for that later on. And right now, I mean, TA, she's gone on a little bit of an unorthodox build, something we don't see all too often, queuing up a Dragon Lance. But overall, stats, health, more range to attack from, not a bad item, and always going for a Force Staff against the Meteor Hammer OD is pretty nice.
Yeah. It also feels pretty good when you got an Underlord on your team. That way you can kind of play with the Pit of Malice a bit, either force people or, I guess, force somebody back into it after they escape and they're running at you. Just kind of stand your ground. It feels very good when, the moment somebody leaves that Pit of Malice, you just throw them back in. They're stuck there for another 2 seconds. And against Templar's Ass, you're taking a ton of damage.
Yeah.
While you're stuck in that pit.
Mid lane, they're going to go for a lift, but instead going to backfire as the OD. You just got to channel the Meteor Hammer. It's not going to happen. In comes Zor trying to get a call. Will catch them, but Tay falling so low, drops the Settings Eclipse. They managed to take down the TA first, and Cube will be second. A nice fight there going the way of Felt.
Axe just managing to get in position there, getting the TA off of the OD there exactly when need to. Blink Dagger is complete now.
Oh my god, he got a chipped vest.
Yeah, Zor is having the time of his life on this Axe.
He's got Blink, level 3 call, a chipped vest, and he's going to be going into a Blade Mail. I mean, this is, yeah, like you said, a dream. Murderer does have 2 mangoes in the top lane, but very low on mana. They're trying to find him here. Zor doesn't have vision quite yet, but they see the courier, the blink, and they guess incorrectly, and Murderer is out. The arrow not going to connect either, as 4 heroes from Byzantine Raiders TP to the top lane, and it's time for them to chase. They're looking for justice. They get that long-range Astral. Light Shader nearby as well. Takes down the courier, and this should just be a kill onto that Grimstroke. Lightsaber takes it with that Fire Blast.
Yeah, everybody making the call to disengage. Zor wanted no part of that, despite the fact he got these 3 points from Berserkers calling it that Blink Dagger ready there. Just decides, all right, well, let's let the Grimstroke drop there. He's going to manage to pop off no matter what. This is justice here. We can let him fall a couple of times. Mid lane here. Looks like they've been struggling to actually shove this tower. The number of times now that they've tried to shove out this mid lane, and too good of a defense here from Tay. Every time they manage to get close to the tower, everybody TP's in. They're ready to defend.
Yeah, the Meteor Hammer is just so good at clearing up the wave too. And Mirana's done a great job at arrowing all of the catapults. I think we actually saw her leap on top of the catapult last time and throw a melee ranged arrow just so it doesn't get the attacks off.
Yeah.
I could have hit Roshan.
Speaking of Mirana, just scouting out that Roshan right now, throwing out the sacred arrow onto it, making sure that the Ursa isn't over there, clearing it. He does get through it very quickly.
I mean, he's really farmed. Murderer has these treads, Windlace Battle Fury completed, plus another 700 gold in the bank, and he is just going to start increasing his net worth so much with the 4 points in Bloodlust. Not the best build you usually want to see out of your Ogre, like if you're wanting to have him be useful in fights, but as far as helping your team farm, it's quite good.
He's been reduced to Bloodlust bot.
He just follows Murderer and Alien. Oh my gosh. What? A and B around the map. I'm just going to say A and B. Thana under the protection of that Moonlight Shadow, but a dust comes out from the Ogre. A nice telekinesis. Easy killed him. Killing spree for the Ogre.
You say he's not that useful. He needs the big Ogre Club to whack people down with.
I guess that's true.
That Bloodlust is for himself, not his teammates. Let's go. You should probably use that on Ursa, though. Come on, dude. He's just not using Bloodlust on his teammates.
He's saving his mana. He's got to save his mana. Mid lane,
is gonna be angry
4
about
heroes
that
here
one.
once again. They want to pressure with this catapult, but where's the Mirana? Where are... Oh, she's in base. TPing mid. Okay. Nice telekinesis. They pull him down to the low ground. Tay in a terrible spot as he's just getting beat into by that Templar Assassin. OD caught by the Inkswell, trying to run a little bit faster away. Justice throws out the Soulbind just in case. Zor, nice call there to buy himself some space, but Murderer closing the gap as he's going to start taking these people down one by one. You lose the Grimstroke. You lose the Axe. Thana now in their full retreat. And finally, Byzantine Raiders will be able to take out this mid lane tier 1 tower.
Oh no, A and B with the arrow, he doesn't get the tower. It's a disaster. That's okay. Cube ended up grabbing it. Thank you for pointing out at the start of the game.
Yeah, no worries.
Pause comes out.
Classic A and B pause, you know. This is a classic. This is what he does.
His cat needs food. That's probably what it is. But this game, Ricky, it's starting to look the way of Byzantine Raiders. I mean, the later it goes, I do favor Felt as things end up going on. Phantom Lancer is just an absolutely insane late game carry. Once he gets the Manta style online, he's going to be a lot harder to bring down as well. But for now, everything seems to be going their way. Ursa and Templar Assassin sitting at the top of the net worth.
Yeah, a little 2K net worth lead. Like you said, though, I think they do need to accelerate this game here. Grouping up, taking more objectives, securing first Roshan, and then attempting that high ground push. I mean, this is the things that we need to see out of Byzantine Raiders here if they don't want to have to deal with a 45-minute PL.
Right now, Byzantine Raiders control the map, though. And things, I mean, they're going to go to defend top lane, but given where the wards are positioned right now, just over here by this tier 2 tower, they're going to have to defend. I mean, odds are they're going to go into the jungle immediately afterwards, though, so they're just going to set themselves up for failure and getting killed.
Yeah, we'll see the Phantom Lancer just probably play top half of the map for now. They do have vision here in the jungle.
They're gonna smoke?
For a moment. Looks like they are going to smoke. Oh, maybe not. Guess they're just sitting behind Murderer still on the Ursa.
They're wasting a little bit of time here. I'm not a fan. But again, given the fact that they've got vision up over here.
Well, are they going to smoke? They do smoke, finally. That took way too long, I think.
Yeah, you lose so much time on the map doing that.
They're rotating into the jungle here, and they are going to find Justice. AMB just blinks right on in, but there's going to be the Astral save coming in from Tay. OD even force-staffs him to the low ground. It looks like they'll be able to disengage. He's not in range for the telekinesis.
I mean, that one was super bizarre to me. They spent so long to actually gather up and use that smoke, and for some reason they opted ahead into the triangle instead of just the Phantom Lancer by himself, where they had very clear vision of him thanks to their wards inside their jungle. Not the best move there by the Raiders.
Nah, not at all. They do at least get a D ward, but yeah, that was little odd. I mean, they've been playing pretty well up until that rotation. I think they were just a little slow. Communication issues there. I'm sure they'll tighten it up though. As you know, they are still in the lead, 2,000 net worth advantage. But like we keep talking about, this PL, he's closing that gap.
He is finally pulled ahead of the Templar Assassin and continue to. I mean, Ursa's gonna be able to farm pretty well with that Battle Fury, but PL he does more with less. Once he has like 4 items, I think he'll be able to start to fight into this enemy team here.
A Grove Bow. You love to see it. Great item. They might take it on TA, but she might keep using the Quicksilver Amulet just for that move speed and attack speed, and the fact that Refraction is pretty much always going to be on cooldown in fights.
Yeah, it's an excellent Templar Assassin, and both of them are.
Frugras also happened to get a Bullwhip, so he's going to be using that a lot. Nice blink forward. Justice just gets melted, and a nice call then comes in from Zor. Feeds him into an arrow, but again, a nice disengage call here, it seems, from Felt, as they want no business fighting. This is their game plan.
They're going to know that there's vision up there inside the jungle now. It just was nighttime there. Just suddenly getting torn apart, but taking that fight inside their jungle, force the enemies to disengage, and having Ursa on your team that will secure the Roche. Ursa and Templar Assassin for that matter.
Yeah, and I think once TA has this Deso, we're going to see our first real high ground attempt coming in from Byzantine Raiders. They really do need, like we said, to accelerate the pace of this game. I'm surprised they're not attempting for the tier 2 in the top, but they're going to focus for these 20-minute bounties instead. Bottom lane, Tay might be in some trouble. Frugras from the shadows, or from the trees rather, setting up a nice kill. That telekinesis into Astral with the help from Murderer. He's just gonna try and force staff himself away. Those are some weird words. But easy kill, great setup from the Rubik, and good patience from his team to make sure the Rubik TP's in first.
Yeah. Still, despite controlling the majority of the map, 4K net worth advantage isn't huge for them right now. The kill on OD certainly helped a little bit, but They're not winning as hard as I felt they should be winning at this point in the game, given the fact that they did did a decent job in their lanes. And against an axe, there's always comeback potential that Zor has for his team. Oh no, Zor.
Just gonna walk right into an Astral. This is the one thing that makes Rubik so good, man. I mean, he's got the blade mail, but refraction protecting him from all of that damage. And a Frugas is just standing still. He's like, "Sir, I'm not letting you dive that." Wait, he got the kill?
That was a lot of dots. There's a TA trap and the ignites there from the Ogre Magi maxed out.
Oh my gosh.
I
was just laughing at Frugas, just like standing there. He's like, "No, AMB, I'm not letting you chase this. You stay back here." This is what we wanted to see, right? They're pushing the objectives. They're definitely trying to take away more and more of the map from Felt as they take their first tier 2 tower.
And this is exactly what you want to see. You know, control the triangle once you have the enemy side of the map. The wards that they have now are pretty good too. I really like what they're warding earlier inside the enemy jungle, but they didn't use them incredibly well. You know, just waste a lot of time smoking up once and then engaging into the enemy triangle, despite the fact that they had vision of just the PL by himself. But now you hold this triangle while keeping the mid and the bottom lane shoved out and severely limit the area of the map that Felt have to farm. So anytime they want to walk up into their own triangle right now, which is normally the safest area of the map, they're going to have vision of them, and they're going to be able to take a favorable fight thanks to tons of DPS that they have right now and multiple heroes. Ursa and TA able to get on top of people and blow them up in no time at all.
And AMB just gets to take down the mid tier 2 tower. They are so afraid to jump on top of this hero. They will go ahead and throw an Astral, but Thana on the backside unable to continue out with an arrow. Nice pit of mouse blocking off that escape telekinesis as well. And AMB, he just blinks up forward and secures the kill. They have so much catch on these heroes.
Catch and jump. I mean, you mentioned it yourself before this series. Rubik, he uses telekinesis. It feels like he's using it from across the map, like 1,000 range or some very ridiculous.
I feel like the cast range on Astral is not being displayed correctly because it's definitely more than that. Like, you know how when you hover over, I think that's the base, and then he also gets the 250 from Aether Lens, and then currently 150.
I think it's not counting Arcane Supremacy or the Aether Lens or something.
Yeah, because we'll see next time he goes to cast it, but that's definitely just like a regular 650 cast range.
Yeah, no, it's not displaying one of them, that's for sure. It's definitely further than that, which is ridiculous.
All right, looks like Felt moving to the bottom half of the map. This is where they want to play for sure. There's no objective to be had top. The Roche is gone. Their mid tier 2 is gone. So Felt realized, you know, let's just play it a little bit safe, try and slow the game down. We'll push bottom. Maybe we'll be able to get the tier 2 tower. Who knows? We haven't looked at Phantom Lancer in a while.
Yeah, the Phantom Lancer has slowed down a little bit since last time. Went for the Sanji Yash instead of the Manta style, and is now keyed up the hardest Tarask. I mean, on one hand, this one makes sense. You don't want to get blown up. You don't want to get stuck inside that pit of malice, but you're lacking damage this way.
Yeah, that is true. They're just going to knock on the door. We said they want to be here right around that 25-minute mark, and they are doing it. 24 minutes in, AMB just melting the tier 3. Phantom Lancer takes down the tier 2 bottom, so he's going to try and assert some pressure of his own, try and force back the side of Byzantine Raiders. The thing is, if it's just the Underlord, you're not that worried because he does have Dark Rift.
Just getting everybody back out of there in no time at all. I mean, they did commit the TP there rather than the Dark Rift to get back, so potentially committing the Dark Rift to continue to keep that push up. But I imagine they'll play a little bit slower because they still need a couple of items. The TA wants to get this BKB, which is pretty important for pushing the high ground. It is very possible for AMB to get blown up on Axe's Blade Mail as she's trying to hit the tier 3s.
They will catch him with a ward, but Zor, he's already used the blink, trying to find Murder. That would be the great kill, but he has a BKB. He might just try and turn on his own. Instead, catches an arrow, and now Zor realizes that their cover's been blown. Time to disengage once again.
Things pretty slow now. I imagine you know, given the fact that they just finished the BKB on A and B, but we're 2 minutes into a Roche potential respawn. Rubik working on the Blink Dagger.
Ooh, telekinesis mid catches the axe and another kill for the TA. 5-1. I mean, not a huge, hugely high kill score game, 14-5, but 10,000 gold advantage now for the side of the Raiders.
Yeah, that is the important hero to grab for sure, for being able to actually push the high ground, because you're always worried about the axe counter initiation jumping in on you and, you know, getting the blink with the call and the blade mail off from the TA. I thought they'd end up waiting for Roche, but if axe is dead, actually no, they're not pushing right now. They'll continue to wait. It's definitely going to be with the Aegis and the cheese. This next push of the Templar Assassin is actually going to start hitting the high ground.
I mean, she did some serious damage to the tier 3 top when she got to knock on the door, you know, just below half HP. But yeah, I think you're right. They do want to wait. Oh, a nice bounty rune. The rich get richer. Is that right, Neph? That's what they say?
Stonks.
Stonks. That's an irrelevant meme right now. Well done.
Thank you. I'm getting a little bit better at them under your tutelage, Ricky.
Oh, Thana! No way. Did you see it? Frugas trapped himself in a tree right next to him.
I did not. Oh no. So what was it that happened there? Just ended up blinking into the trees and slightly off the mark with his blink dagger, and so we couldn't get the lift off and cancel the TP.
Yeah, so he was just pressuring the bot, or pressuring the top wave, just like Arrow Starstorm, and then just leaped into the trees. But Rubik blinked onto the tree line, like just next to him. That was covered by trees, so he couldn't actually get to him.
You have a certain amount of flying vision over your own hero, but I imagine it wasn't close enough for that.
Yeah, just barely outside of that range. Right now, though, I mean, Elven Tunic, a great pickup there for the TA. That evasion is going to be pretty nice against Phantom Lancer.
Ooh, Enchanted Quiver. Excellent find on Nimbra here, but I imagine OD is going to be the one to take it. Being able to just absolutely destroy these people. Rashad, decently fast respawn time, ended up being like a minute in total.
Yeah, 45 seconds.
And this is the big timing that they're waiting on here. The Templar Assassin needs, or probably worried about just getting blown up while trying to take the tier 3. So Axe left to waste that initial jump to extend the Aegis on the Templar Assassin. After that, just gonna be able to pop that BKB, continue to hit the racks, or pursue a team fight afterwards. And there's no way they can actually take a fight inside the Roche pit right now. So backs are against the wall right now on Felt. Byzantine Raiders are looking pretty solid.
Yeah, absolutely. They just get the level 20 talent on TA, which is gonna, you know, pay dividends. 22 Ursa. Oh my gosh, I did not realize he was level 22. That is very high level.
The bad news bear.
Do you have the Phantom Rush range talent picked up from the Phantom Lancer now at level 20? Now, has anyone picked up any useful shards that we need to make note of? Because they're always one of those things that kind of just like sneak up in the game, right? You're like, oh, I forgot that. Didn't realize that hero had a shard. Literally no one has a shard. Okay. Useless point being made. Zor, he's just running into the Roche. He's got going, gets the call. Does he get the Aegis? He steals it from right under their feet. Ascending Eclipse comes down. AMP able to pop that BKB. A nice Astral to save the axe, but there's the Soulbind holding the axe and the TA in place. Oh my gosh, an absolute disaster here for the Raiders. Cube trying to get away, but AMB able to blink off thanks to that refraction. But, you know, Lightsaber, Light Shader, you know, whatever, not going to be as lucky. That's a 3-for-1 and an Aegis steal from Zor.
Zor absolutely saving the game. He got the cheese as well. He's still holding on to it. This is where they turn the game around. Look at that 7,000 XP swing in that last team fight, Ricky. That was exactly what they needed.
Oh my lord. Yeah, I mean, suddenly Zor's level 15 after having like a pretty rough mid game. He has the money almost for a BKB. Actually, he does have the money for a BKB. Yeah, this is a huge win for them. Justice, bottom lane, chasing after Frugas. Gonna try and go for that TP out, but Tay was nearby. That's Astral. Yeah, still gonna set up the Meteor Hammer, and he's gonna finish him off. So another kill going their way.
That we said about the rich getting richer.
Yeah.
XP net worth absolutely swinging around in favor of Felt here.
Yeah, they
This is-
invested in GME, I'm pretty sure, you know?
Shouldn't have shorted everything.
Shouldn't have shorted the
Byzantine.
boys. Don't short Felt next time, guys.
Yeah. Oh man, look at that. Just Axe now finished that BKB as well. He's gonna be way too difficult for them to blow up. There's blink initiations even scarier, and that was your big timing. You know, you could have pushed a moment ago. You're waiting on that ages and cheese to really
Thana,
secure.
oh no, unlucky. Tries to come in, take the top outpost, but a death sentence as Templar Assassin was nearby. Murder's chasing down this PL, but yeah, he's too fast. They do have Zor here. Is he gonna go for a blink initiation is the question. I think without the follow-up from the Mirana, it's not as easy.
You're insane.
Now, the Mirana did kind of misplay that one. Did have the opportunity to use the Yules on A and B and then just leap away, but didn't get it off quick enough and defusing himself. Bit of a panic moment.
My thanks.
His Raiders right now, I think, are panicking overall. Their game plan absolutely ruined there by the fact that Axe got that blink in, stole the ages and the cheese.
It really is. I mean, we have been stating over and over and over again how important it is for the Raiders here to try and close out this game before this PL hits a critical mass. And that Axe just stalled this game probably another 10 minutes with that play. Getting Aegis and Cheese, finding 3 huge kills for them. Yeah, that's a rough one for the side of the Raiders there. They smoke up in the mid lane. They have any vision is the question. They see the OD currently in the jungle on the TA trap. Dire have no vision quite yet. They'll see if they can actually get a connection here. They will see the Grimstroke. TA blinks forward. There's going to be a telekinesis. Do they have the damage? The Force Staff, the Astral. There's going to be the Soulbind once again. Zor, he goes in but gets bashed. Can he even get the call? Oh, man, they take down Zor in that BKB, but here's Phantom Lancer, baby, doing some damage on the backside, trying to kite this out. Doppelganger away, gonna surround Murder. They don't have the BKBs left on their cores, and Tay, his is brand new, but TA just gonna turn around. A stolen call there. Almost takes down the OD, and a blink call comes in from Zor. Is they're gonna be able to finish off AMB and Murderer as well. A nice 2 kills on the side, potentially, yes it will, but it's not enough. A 4 for 2. And Tay lives through it all.
He does. Zor buying back, absolutely crucial there. A and B trying to get that OD, is sitting at almost no HP, but couldn't quite find him. Axe blinking at the perfect time. This has been the Zor show.
Yeah.
Keeping his teammate alive, keeping his team in this game.
I told you, man. He's an Axe player. You can't, you should, like, the Axe isn't the, we talked about this the last time he played, right? He's not, like, Axe as a hero isn't one of the great heroes of the meta, but Zor plays this hero a ton.
He makes it work against all odds, going for these tier 3s now. Ursa, Templar Assassin still down for another 30 and 50 seconds respectively.
We have the Doppelganger CD now on the Phantom Lancer, and this is where I was worried for the side of the Raiders. You know, once he picks up this talent, it is not easy to deal with the Phantom Lancer anymore. Zor taking a lot of damage, though, from Cube as well as Lightshader. Doesn't have popping that BKB and the call. They're looking for Cube, but he's protected by a Glimmer Cape. Finally going to come back down and now going to take so much damage from this OD. On the backside, though, Frugas and the Lightshader setting up stun after stun. The call comes in from Zor as he gets that Cooling Blade on top of Cube's Underlord once again, but they just cannot kill anyone on Felt.
No, and now down to 2k net worth advantage, and that is it. The game just about even. Tier 3's not taken. Yes, your buyback is in cooldown on Zor. If he ends up dropping, it could be disastrous, but they've evened the game out finally. In fact, they pulled ahead on XP finally here on Felt. Felt is now up.
They're almost 15k behind at one point. And then it seems that Dota Plus, good old Gaben, gonna give Felt the advantage here, and honestly, I do too. We both talked about this. The later this game goes, the more difficult it's gonna be for the Raiders just because of this Phantom Lancer.
One of the best late game carries in the game. Not helped by this Elven Tunic that he picked up, giving that extra evasion, the extra movement speed. I mean, guy's got stats resistance. He's incredibly strong at the moment. Ursa's going to start to fall off as the game goes on. Rubik's been doing a pretty good job here. Rogos here. But, he's jumping in with these Berserkers calls onto OT to try and disable him, and he's just getting himself killed while he's doing it several times now.
A battle seeks resolution.
Yeah, you can see the confidence here from Felt just with how they've been placing these wards. Suddenly, like slowly more and more aggressive, slowly pushing these zones further out. So inside the Radiant Triangle, inside their jungle on the cliff here, inside the river.
Yeah, they're looking really good here. Murderer almost to level 25, which is a big upgrade for him. I'm pretty sure you almost always take the AoE Earthshock. Plus 480 is quite a bit with it being such a low cooldown spell. Just constantly slowing down heroes in these fights.
Speaking of slowing, I'm surprised that the Phantom Lancer didn't end up getting an Eye of Scotty this game against the Templar Assassin.
He had one queued up, but it looks like he's finished the Abyssal instead. So he still might go back for it. Because it was the last item I saw in his quick buy. But I agree with you. I think Iascati this game is too good. When you're dealing with like a 4,500 health Phantom Lancer, I don't know how you kill him.
When you're dealing with it, you stop dealing with it.
You hope that you can kill his team before he kills yours.
Yeah. Catapult now taken out yet again. This has been Mirana's job as this game has gone on, cleaning those things out. Catapults have reached the top lane though, whacking away here at this tower. Yellow's up here.
Yeah, just gonna clean those up here nice and quick. I'm curious, will we see what his next item's gonna be? We'll keep an eye on that. We do have a gem picked up on Underlord. A great pickup against a Mirana. One of those things that a lot of teams, or at least in pubs, forget to do. Just Moonlight Shadow makes it way too difficult if you don't have a gem. Heroes just going in and out of invis, so.
Yeah. They haven't used the Moonlight Shadow to great effect this game though.
Trickster Cloak, one of my favorite items in Dota.
A little bit broken if you ask me.
Oh, that's why it's one of my favorite. It's definitely broken.
20% evasion, you become invisible, 20% magic resist, a lot of extra bulk you get. Now that's my favorite tier 2 item, the Spell Prism.
Tier 4 item?
Right, tier 4 item. The Spell Prism.
Yeah, Spell Prism is quite good.
They changed it to 18% cooldown?
Yeah, 18% cooldown reduction, 4 mana regen, 12 all stats. They had to give it a little bit of nerf. It was too good. What do we have on the side of the Dire here? We have a Minotaur Horn. That is it. That's the only item so far currently being held by Zor on the axe.
Gabe's giving him a hand here on the Raiders. Making so neutral items are definitely favoring them here. The Ninja Gear is an excellent find. The extra movement speed and agility will go a long way on this Ursa.
That is quite good. Telescope, Mirana, and OD. You have Grimstroke as well. I mean, any of them would be glad to carry that. I mean, not OD, but, Grimstroke will definitely be happy to have it.
Telescope. I'm actually a big fan of putting the Ninja Gear on support heroes.
I am as well.
Okay.
Light Shader there getting a nice D ward.
We're both smart and good at the game then.
Yes,
just making sure.
Yes, of course.
Someone doesn't just get anyone to cover the games for them.
They're looking pretty good, man. Felt. Pretty much evening out the net worth now, just within 2,000, still holding that experience lead. I mean, this game is dead even as far as those stats are concerned. But AMB should get a quick pick off here. You're going to fall right back down, latch into that Pit of Malice. This is one of the things that is a problem with building Yules this game. I think you have to have a Force Staff here.
Yes.
Or like a Ghost Scepter. I don't know. One or the other.
You need something to get out of the pit. Yules will just keep you inside. Absolutely correct. I mean, you could end up getting a Wind Waker. That's what he's got queued up, the Wind Waker. Just
Yeah.
spin to win your way out.
Yeah, just the most expensive item in Dota. I'm sure it's fine.
I think Dagon 5's a bit pricier.
Okay, Dagon 5 is a bit pricier. So are the Blinks actually by... No, they're not. No, Wind Waker's 70... Jesus, 7120? My lord. That is a lot of money. Oh, managed to catch the Ogre. He is going to go ahead and pop that... Glimmer Cape for the moment, but on the backside, Murder blinks, and they're trying to get the last, but it's not going to catch. The Abyssal Blade comes out. He will take down the Glimmer Cape. Zor on 100 health. He's going to survive. An Astral holding the Ursa in place, but now OD's the one in trouble, trying to run away. The Chainsaw's holding Zor in place. Murder finally pops his BKB, just gets a double kill as he cleaves them down, and in the meantime, PL trying to take down this Underlord, but he's just going to Astral Rift away. But guess what? You've left Murderer here all by himself. Yules into Arrow. He does get the Enrage off, but they've got to get some help out here. Stat if this Ursa does not want to die. Looks like he is going to go down at the end of the day. Zor with a little bit of revenge there, finding that kill.
I gotta say though, not a bad fight there for the Raiders.
Not at all.
You give up. You might give up Roshan here. You do have to buy back on the Ursa if you want to prevent this one, but he's wasted so much time on this Phantom Lancer chasing around TA, who ended up getting the blink off and getting out of that one, trying to get the Underlord initially. Couldn't get their hands on him. So there's the buyback.
They're gonna keep going. This is a little bit I don't know about this. I think if you're Felt, you need to find an initiation of your own and try and go in. A and B, speaking of an initiation, he gets caught by the call, doing a lot of damage. The Abyssal Blade comes out. Can they take down the TA? She's almost gone. She will fall. Buys back into the game immediately. Ogre Magi, the next target in the sights of this PL. And once again, the Ursa on his own as he's caught on the backside. Another call, pops the BKB. A Meteor Hammer not going to connect with the Astral, saving his axe. Oh my gosh, Murderer looks like he is going to fall, and that's going to be a dieback. Zor punching his enemies into the ground one after another, and the Astral sets up potentially a third kill here onto the Underlord, as he will eventually fall. The damage from the Phantom Lancer, it is here. That finished Eye of Scotty, too much to deal with. And this is looking like it's Felt's game.
Now A and B forced to get back out of the Roach Pit, and if I had to pinpoint one moment it all went wrong, it was when Zor jumped in that pit, stole the Aegis and the G's, and started to turn things around. That was what the Raiders are waiting for, their opportunity to push the high ground. Now things just too difficult, no way to bring down this PL. Like you said, the Eye of Scotty the Heart, almost 5,000 HP. If that wasn't bad enough, he's got the Illusionist Cape too.
Well, Zor blinks up onto the high ground, finds the Ogre Magi, just making sure no way that they can steal this Aegis. And that's a dieback. I mean, dieback to Ursa. He's still dead for another 70 seconds, and now a dieback on that Ogre. Frugos will be able to get on out as he blinks very far into the tree line there.
We've got Refresher Shard on this OD now as well. Double stand, these Eclipse hurts quite a bit.
It definitely does. And drop the Meteor Hammer. I think he's a little sad as he wanted that to hit the barracks, but the fortification there going to protect that for a moment, but it's not going to last as this PL, he's going to start chewing away here. He has so much damage. And I love the decision to just put everything on Tay, right? Not only did OD buy back into the game, so you want to give him the Aegis, but PL's never dying, right? Like, there's no chance this hero dies at this point.
I'm not sure how you bring him down exactly.
Nice Abyssal Blade onto Cube here. I mean, he is quite tanky, but an Astral on the backside going to be able to prevent any assistance as Cube falls. And A and B just has to BKB and run away. You do have buyback, but the question is, can you do anything with it? Ursa coming up in 1 second, as well as the Ogre. I think you have to buy back in. You do. This is your time. I mean, if you have any hope of staying in this game, this is it. OD caught by a Night Telekinesis with a call once again from Zors. They just turn on the damage. AMP, no BKB available. The Sanity's Eclipse melts him, takes him out of the game, and Murderer caught on the backside as well, trying to run back to the fountain. Oh my goodness, the damage coming in from the side of Felt. Zor buys back as he's going to TP immediately back in here to assist his team.
There's so little they're able to do right now. One set of racks left here. It just feels useless at this point, Ricky. And Templar Assassin now down for another 100 seconds here. What do they do? What can they do?
What can they do, Neff? I don't know. Lose another lane of barracks, perhaps. OD, I mean, you don't have Aegis anymore, but you don't have the burst damage from the TA to try and secure that kill, and he's got a cheese still. All right, another blink call on the backside. This time, Rubik using it to try and set up some CC, but Murderer thrown into the air by a Yules. Nice telekinesis onto the OD. Does he get the... He already used the cheese instead, so Murderer, he might be able to find the kill. Pops the refresher, Astral. No blink dagger, though. Has BKB and a force staff. Is it going to be enough? You're kidding me. Tay is out. He's going to survive. And on the backside, a call catches the Ursa. And he's going to go down. Theta thrown into the air once again by a Yule. Is going to purge off. And he's going to survive as well. It just seems that nothing can go right here for the side of the Raiders as the PL takes him down one by one with the help of this axe. Double kill for Zor. And as you said, this is the Zor show, baby.
He's not done yet. I mean, Rubik banishes him, makes him done, but for some reason, Byzantine Raiders still not GGing out. 23 seconds until the Templar Assassin is back up, but you feel absolutely no threat from this enemy team right now on this Phantom Lancer. 4,500 HP with this level, even more once he popped that Delusionist cape in.
Real quick question, did you happen to catch what OD died to?
That was Rubik's Fade Bolt and Astral Imprisonment.
Ah, so Rubik chased him down, I guess. All right, that's pretty spicy. All right, I mean,
Yeah,
but again, you're still dealing with this Phantom Lancer. Level 28 has that leveler. Oh my goodness. Thrown under siege, no fortification available. There's not looking good here. Doesn't seem like they have any answer to him as he is focused on the objective. Frugas goes for the call, but it's going to be the PL. Closing out the game here. Game number one going Felt's way, dude. What an incredible game one to start it off.
I gotta say, I'm super impressed. I didn't think the game would end up going their way. It looked like the Raiders had that one. You know, they just needed that last Roshan, or that second Roshan to get the Aegis and the cheese. They hit their timings. They had the Dragonlance and they had the Dragonlance Hurricane Pike complete on the Templar Assassin. The BKB done. They had finished the Desolator. Ursa was ahead of the PL, but Zor, he turned everything around when he jumped into that pit.
Yeah, we can
ruin the game for them.
We can see the moment on that on the net worth XP graph. The second Zor jumps into that pit, the win probability, net worth, and gold all plummet in Felt's favor. An incredible play by him and his team to make that call. And you know, they're looking pretty good, man. This team, it's their second series here, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, where, you know, they get these comfort picks and they look to be outperforming some of the teams that we didn't expect to see.
Yeah, this definitely being one of them. The Raiders, they're going to need to bounce back from this one, but the mental damage is there after a game like that.
It is absolutely there indeed. Yeah, quite an incredible way to start it off for them. But that being said, we've got another game coming up in just a moment. Game 2 here between Felt and the Byzantine Raiders. So stay tuned, everyone. We'll see you in just a short break.